people don't really be caring about the issues like they care. They care about the individual.
Yeah.
Like people got mad at me last week. Well, I didn't realize they got mad at me for some brilliant idiot shit I said months ago when we were talking about Diddy.
Wow.
And I was just saying how like when I see situations like this, it's sad, right? Like I did Dan Abrams' show. And he played the clip from Idiots, right? But he played it without the context. So the context was, it's sad to see another person, ruin their life based off poor choices. Yeah. Right? It's sad to see when these people crash and burn just because they've made alleged poor choices. At the time I said alleged poor choices. Yeah. Right? So when somebody asked me about Diddy, it was on The View. They asked me about Diddy and I go, I think we need to focus on the issue.
God, a prominent radio host and media personality known for his candid and sometimes controversial commentary, has stirred the entertainment world with his latest revelation. He allegedly leaked incriminating footage involving two of the most influential figures in the hip-hop industry, Sean Diddy Combs and Sean JayZ Carter. This incident has sent shockwaves through the music community, raising questions about privacy, ethics, and the power dynamics within the industry.
No, I agree. I mean, look, Tony Yayo, someone who we brought on Vlad TV for the first time in like a decade, you've seen him really get out there and tell his personality and everything else like that. You had him on The Breakfast Club, which I'm sure was, somewhat of a result of his Vlad TV interviews.
Absolutely.
And now Tony Yayo is doing his first ever solo show in New York at Sony Hall for the first time in his life because of the push that we gave him and then you followed up on, and suddenly he's doing his own tours and so forth. Like, I love to see it. I love to see it.
Absolutely. I mean, think about, that's like even something like Versus. Versus, even though it's not considered hip hop media, that's powerful because these people get on Versus and then their streams go up. And then, they get booked for tours. Cause all you're showing is that, that person still has an audience. And we live in an industry where people, man, they really not even going to check for you unless they see that you still got some heat, unless you still got some steam behind you. And I think that's what a lot of these, platforms end up showing folks like, oh no, that person, there's definitely still an audience for said individual. So, that's literally my only thoughts on that list. Like, what is power? Because power just can't be noise, man. I've made a lot of noise, but there's a difference between noise and having actual influence and power. There's people that'll, they'll bring people on Breakfast Club because Breakfast Club helps to sell books. Breakfast Club can help your podcast numbers jump. Breakfast Club can, have people tune into your TV show. Breakfast Club can have people go out and vote for you. Breakfast Club can have people pull up to your, movie, that first weekend when those box office numbers really count. I never forget, Diddy yelling and screaming at me. This is before I even recognized truly, the power, that the platform was commanding. This is when he dropped the Last Train to Paris album. And I gave him Donkey of the Day for that album. Right? I'm like, this shit is shake weight music. You know what I mean? Once again, being an asshole. Because people love that album. Right? But I'm just fucking with him. And he came to the station hot. Like, go out the back door, Charlamagne type shit. And I remember when I finally had a conversation with Diddy about it, asked Sean Prez about it. Sean Prez put us on the phone. And Diddy was like, bro, you can't do that on my first week. He said, I'm a big boy.
God, whose real name is Leonard McKelvey, is a co-host of The Breakfast Club, a nationally syndicated radio show.
Boy, I can take criticism of the music, but not on my first week. When I'm trying to get these first week numbers up, you come out and you shit on my project like this, people might not even go check for the project. And that was one of the first times I was like, oh shit, he's right. He
has built a reputation for his fearless approach to interviewing celebrities, often pushing them to address uncomfortable or controversial topics. Char's career has been marked by both praise and criticism, but his influence in the media landscape remains undeniable.
Oh, that fucker. I'm sorry, I'm a little upset about it, because Al B. Sure just came out of his coma, and I've been talking to Al, and we've been texting back and forth, and I'm just glad that he's alive to text.
Oh, wow. Definitely.
Yeah. But when you think about Kim, I was thinking to myself the other day, Uptown Records started with 5 people. Andre Harrell, I'll Be Sure, Heavy D, and Puffy. And Kim was the longest working employee because she was there from the very beginning. She was Andre's personal assistant. Kim is dead. Heavy D is dead. Andre Harrell is dead. The only 2 left are Puffy and Al almost died. Isn't that interesting?
That is interesting.
Heavy D was found dead, face down in the heart attack. Andre Harrell, heart attack. Kim died from pneumonia, but there's the first coroner's report that said that she died. It was ruled a homicide, and they found toxins in her body to prove that she had been poisoned. You know, they have poisons that create heart attack and pneumonia-like symptoms. And then right after that, Al had a meeting, and I was going to meet up with him because we were in Vegas, and then the next thing you know, you want to know what they all had in common, though? The survivors and the late of Uptown Records, they were all writing tell-all books. Andre was writing a book right before he died. Heavy D was working on a book before he died. Kim Porter was working on a book before she died. And Al B. Sure was working on the documentary of his life. And then he goes into a coma. Has Puffy ever been in a coma? Has anything happened to him? He must be the luckiest motherfucker, because it seems like everybody that worked at Uptown Records from the very beginning is gone. Just him. I guess Al disappointed you. You know, I speak for a reason.
The specific content of the incriminating footage leaked by God remains largely speculative. However, sources suggest that the footage purportedly involves Diddy and Jay-Z in compromising situations that could potentially damage their reputations and careers. The nature of these situations is rumored to range from personal indiscretions to potentially unethical or illegal activities.
When you see this bullshit ass motherfucking game fucking with people that you love, that you like, you know, it's too many coincidences.
Too many.
Fuck you, honeycomb.
Oh. Stamp it.
We gonna get you and your little dog, too. And congratulations, young Miami. Run as fast as Cassie did. Has anybody asked themselves about that shit?
I mean, yeah, I'm sure a lot of people are asking about what's going on with it. Yeah, a lot of people are looking at it as like that's the way the new relationship should work.
What, to get paid?
Yeah, basically.
She was getting $500K a month. She quit because he dropped her down.
Yeah, I think that's where they're at with it now.
No, but understand this. Think about this. And there are women in this room. Why would you quit? What the fuck is going on that $250,000 ain't enough?
Ladies?
Like, fuck the fact that he... I'm just saying, fuck the fact that he cut from 500 to 200. Who the fuck gives a shit? 200K? Who 250K? Who turning down 250K a month? What the fuck is going on in that relationship that 250K ain't enough?
Could see some things.
That ain't worth 250K. That's got to be some dark shit. Like, people are not understanding that girl quit 250K. 4 million every quarter. Well, I'm sorry, $1 million every quarter.
Shit.
Now, she was getting $2 million a quarter, but then she got, you know, fuck you got going on. That's so deep that it ain't worth $1 million a quarter.
they told a story about Cassie one time, and she was saying someone had asked her why she cut her hair, and she was like, well, Diddy said he just liked it that way. And they said when she answered the question, it was like she was in a trance. Like she was just like, I just don't know. Diddy just said he would like my hair this way. And they was like so in awe, like how she didn't even have a thought about it. It was just what he wanted.
That's how he operates. He has people followed. He has people watched. He does all kinds of fucking, he's a fucking piece of shit.
Too much money.
I feel bad for the kids. Like, don't think that there aren't moments when I'm speaking honestly about that motherfucker that I pray that his children don't hear it. Because that's still their dad. I know what it's like to have a baby with a fucked up ass motherfucker. As much as I can't stand my ex-husband, I would never want my son to feel bad about either one of us being his parent. You know what I mean? Like, exactly. I would never want that.
The initial reactions to the leak were mixed. Fans and industry insiders expressed shock and disbelief given the stature and influence of both Diddy and JayZ. Some supporters of Tha God praised him for his courage in exposing the truth, while others condemned the leak as a betrayal of trust and an invasion of privacy. The social media landscape quickly became a battleground for debates over the ethics of such a disclosure. Sean Diddy Combs and Sean JayZ Carter are not just musicians, they are cultural icons and business moguls.
Well, did Kanye call you on the phone and scream at you about Pete Davidson's penis?
That is an absolute fact. That is 100% fact. And the reason I'll never forget that is because I was sitting in front of the passport office getting my youngest daughter a passport because she had just been born. And we were going out of the country. It's 2020? Was it 20 or 2021? I think it was 2021. I don't remember. 2020, 2021. I think it was 2021. And so I remember getting the phone call that Kanye wanted to talk to me. And I'm like, I already know that's that's an exhausting phone call. I don't feel like talking to Kanye. I don't want to talk to Kanye. And, you know, the person who was calling me, you know, that it was their job. They were tasked with getting me and Kanye connected. So me and this person are cool. I already know what situation that person is in. I'm sitting in front of the passport's office waiting. I ain't got nothing but some time to kill. I'm like, all right, man, reach out. And so when he reached out, like that was, the whole conversation was, you know, getting me to be on his side to go against somebody who's actually my friend. Pete Davidson is actually my friend. I've known Pete since he was 16 years old. Like Pete started with us at Guy Code. When we were doing the MTV2 show Guy Code, like Pete used to follow me and Duval around. Like we finished taping, go out to eat, he'd be with us. Like I know his mom. You know what I'm saying? Like I've gone to his house and kicked it. He's been to my house and kicked it. Like I know his family, he knows my family. Like that's an actual friend and somebody who I literally watched grow up. Like I know him since he was 16, 17 years old. Like he's 27, 28 and 26, 27 now. You know what I mean? I think, or 28, I don't even know, but I've known him since he was a kid. So it's like, that's my actual friend, somebody I have a relationship with. Me and Kanye are industry associates. So you're calling me to try to get me to side with you against my friend because you're upset this man is dating your ex-wife? Like, you like, come on. And I said that to him. I'm like, bro, you know that's my guy. You calling me, you know, trying to get me on Team Ye, saying you want to save the new Marilyn Monroe. We got to save the new Marilyn Monroe.
Yo, that's what he was saying about Kim?
Yeah, that's you know how Marilyn Monroe died, right? Which I did not know, and I don't even know if this is true. But Marilyn Monroe died, you know, because of drugs. And, you know, Pete has drug problems. And, we got to save the new Marilyn Monroe from being addicted to drugs and, you know, dying. And like, wow. And it's the funny part is everything he came out and said about Pete later publicly, he already had said all of that. He was saying all that behind the scenes, Pete got AIDS and all that stupid shit, you know? All that stuff he eventually said publicly, he was saying behind the scenes. And that's what I always said about Ye. I always said, like, you know, if you want to know eventually what Kanye is going to say publicly, hang around him enough privately. Because he got some wild takes. He got some wild takes and some wild opinions and some wild views about people. And we all saw everything a lot of the stuff that we've heard publicly, I've heard in conversations just being around. So, you know, I just think it's strange for a person to try to get you to side against your friend. Like, what kind of person would I be? Like, and why would I be doing that? Like, what for free Yeezys? like
The founder of Bad Boy Records has been a pivotal figure in shaping the hip-hop landscape since the 1990s. JayZ, co-founder of Rockefeller Records and owner of multiple business ventures, has similarly left an indelible mark on the industry. Both have amassed significant wealth and influence, making them powerful figures whose actions can have wide-reaching impacts.
to have proximity to Kanye? No, I'm never going to shit on one of my friends for somebody who's not really a partner of mine. I'm not doing that. I'm not shitting on none of my friends, period. But I'm definitely not doing that because you just upset that, you know, your woman is out here with another guy.
Gene Deal, happy to have you back on the platform, my man.
How did I know you was gonna call me, Mighty? It didn't take a rocket scientist. I was figuring when I seen that this morning, that and I don't know if you know what I'm talking about yet, but when I seen that Diddy stuff from CNN, I said, I know Art gonna call me. Art of Dialogue gonna give me a call.
Oh, you already know I was about to hit you, man.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, man. So with that being said, man, let's get right into it, man. What you think about the video that came out today of Diddy pitting his hands on Cassie?
Man, you know that was crazy. And I know people gonna think that, you know, yo, this is all what Gene wanted to see. But now, listen here, man. The devil got a purpose, God got a plan. Do you understand what I'm saying? The devil got his purpose, but God got a plan. You understand? And it's all in God's plan, man. You understand? To let people see, because a lot of people wasn't believing that this stuff even existed, brother. A lot of people didn't even think that you know, Cassie was telling lies, Gene been telling lies, Lil Rob been telling lies, everybody lying on Diddy. But Diddy told the truth. Diddy's the only one told the truth. He said, y'all, just keep watching. The truth will soon come out. And you see what came out? My man, he punching that little girl in the head. Yo, you don't even kick a dog, man. You don't even kick a dog, bro. He kicking that little girl like she's a dog, man. It was crazy, man. Any man that has a sister, any man that has a friend that's a girl, any man that has a child, you understand, who saw that, if they wasn't appalled, if they wasn't like, yo, I want to beat the, you know what I'm saying? We can't say that on television, man, or on the internet or YouTube, but any man who saw that, wish they could put their hands on Diddy at that time, bro. That shit was appalling, bro. It was crazy, man. And when I saw it, you know, I could imagine what Kim went through. I could imagine what Misa went through. You understand? It was just crazy, man, for that dude to do that to that girl like that, man.
I can't believe what I seen, man. I still can't believe what I seen in that video, man. Like, the way he was kicking her was like he was kicking a field goal, man.
Bruh, when I saw him run down first of all, when I saw the white towel, I got flashbacks of him and Ja Rule running out the room. Of course, they had, what's her name, Sarah and the other girl in there, but I had that flashback. And then when I seen him run down the hallway, I had flashbacks when the same gang was chasing him. I was like, what the hell? And then when he put his hands on it, no jokes aside, because I know it's not no laughing matter, man. The shit just was appalling, brother. And don't even know how they could even play that on television, on YouTube like that, and without even putting up some sensitive, you know how they put the sensitive subject matter up? That was crazy, man.